Greetings and welcome to DVM0031 Pre-Algebra. To get started, we need to go to our website, pgcc.mylabsplus.com. This is the website that takes you to our math software program that governs this class called MyLabs Plus. Your username is going to be your student ID number. That's your student ID number. Your password is going to be the word password if you're a new student. If you are a returning student and you've never changed your password, then your password is still password. If you changed your password, then you'll have to use whatever you changed your password to. If you do not remember what you changed your password to, you'll have to go through the forgot your password option. So you would click on forgot your password and follow the links there. I'm going to type in my password so that we can see the course and I can give you an overview of what to expect. As you can see, I have several courses listed, but you should just have one link. Click on that one link, and it should take you into your course. This is our home page here. Everyone starts with the pretest if you are a new student. That's the pretest for Module 1. There are 4 modules in DVM0031. As you can see listed here on our left-hand side. All new students begin in Module 1. These are the topics that are covered in Module 1. Okay? If you click on the first topic after taking your pretest, and pretests are taken in the Testing Center, Blayton Hall, room 100, let me show you what that looks like if you try to take that pretest. If you click on pretest, it'll prompt you for a password. So because you don't have the password and our passwords are housed in the Testing Center, all tests, both pre and post, must be taken in the Testing Center. The Testing Center staff has the passwords. So I'm going to click on cancel here. So what I'm going to be able to show you is going to be a little limited because we haven't taken the pretest. But after you've taken the pretest, you go to the first topic. 3 important steps come up. This is your task list. The very first thing you do after taking that pretest would be your guided course notes. To access your guided course notes, you can click the link here. Now you can also purchase your guided course notes from the bookstore. I believe they're approximately $15. But if you decide, whether you decide to purchase them or print them, you have to fill all these blanks in and show steps where applicable. Well, you may ask, how do I do that when I haven't had any instruction? Well, if you notice in step 1 also, you'll see a link to the e-text. For our developmental math courses, we don't have physical books anymore. We have e-text. And so you have a link to the e-text. And that's what you see here. Now, these 4 objectives listed are not a part of our curriculum. Now, you can try them and spend a little time here, but it's not necessary if you've mastered these skills. These are things that you should already know. To get to the topics in 1.6, you go over here and you click to get to the next page. These are the topics, our objectives, that we're going to go over for the topic, exponents and order of operations. And you just click through here, and a lot of what you see in here mirrors what you should be looking at in your guided course notes. And you can click from page to page and read and fill in the blanks in your guided course notes. Once you complete the guided course notes for section 1.6, then you're ready to try the homework. So I'm going to close this window. Now I'm ready for step 2. Okay? Step 2 is the homework. It's not going to let me access the homework because when I try, you'll see that it warns me I still need to take the pre-test. But this is when you would take your homework or actually do your homework. Now let me say this about the pre-test. If you take the pre-test and you get an 85% or higher, you are totally exempt from Module 1 work. That means you can totally skip Module 1 and go straight to Module 2. When you take the pre-test, if you don't get an 85% or higher, let's say you get a 50%, that means you have 50% proficiency on the material that you need to know for Module 1. And actually, the problems that you got right in the pre-test will populate in the homework. So when you log in to do this homework for 1.6, you may have some credit already there for particular problems. And the problems that you don't have credit for are the ones that you would have to do. Okay? I'm going to go up here. You can see all the different homeworks listed for Module 1. You can click here, see all the quizzes and tests that you have to take in Module 1. If I click on Show All, then you see all of the Module 1 assignments at once. Now let's talk about these. How many times can you take the pretest? If you go over here and you see attempts, it says 0 of 1. I haven't taken it at all, but I only have one attempt on the pretest. Okay? If you notice on homeworks, it doesn't give you a number of attempts. For all homework, you have to get a 90%. Let's say you try a particular problem several times and you keep getting it wrong, and the system tells you have one more chance to get this problem right, and then you get it wrong again. What you would do afterwards is click on a button at the bottom called Similar Exercise, and then you would try again, because you have to get that 90% before you can move on. After you've gone through the process of completing your guided course notes and your homework for each of these sections, then it's time to take a quiz on what you've gone over already. How many attempts do you have on that quiz? Well, if you look over here, you'll see 0 of 3. That means you have 3 attempts on that quiz. All quizzes you have 3 attempts on. Your goal is always 100%, but the minimum score you need to get is an 85%. Okay? After you take that quiz the first time, if you get an 85%, then you move on to the second half homeworks. If you don't get an 85%, another homework will generate in which you still need to get a 90% on. And the homework will be generated based on the problems you got incorrect. Once you get that 90%, you'll be able to take that quiz again. Okay? But you only get 3 attempts on the quizzes before you have to have some type of intervention with your, it's mandated intervention at that point. Hopefully you're having intervention if you're not being successful the first time around with your instructor or professor. All right? So you do your homeworks, you have the mid-module quiz, you do the second half homeworks, and then you have an end-of-module quiz. The end-of-module quiz is just on the second half homeworks, and quizzes pretty much work the same way. Once you complete the end of module quiz, then you have a summary quiz, which is on everything. The summary quiz is likened to a practice test for the post test. It is a quiz, but it's a quiz on the entire module. Once you get the 85% or higher on that, you've submitted your guided notebook or your binder to your professor or instructor. Then you're ready to post-test. Now notice here, how many attempts do you have on the post-test? You have 2 attempts on the post-test, and they work like quizzes. Like let's say you go to take the post-test and you don't, for post-test, you need an 80% or higher. If you don't get that 80% the first time around, a homework will generate. Once you get a 90% on that homework, you'll be able to take that post-test again without any interaction or intervention from your professor. Okay? So that's a basic overview of how the course works. I'm going to be posting another video, so just familiarizing you with the various things that you can do. There are several buttons over here, so stay tuned and welcome.